One, and we're live. Well, hello everyone. Welcome, Wayward Gamers to the Emporium. We are back. It is 2025. I see. I'm like distracted by the sparkles of fireworks coming from Jeff.
Guess which one of us has a Mac and which ones of us are on PCs.
Yes. Wow. Welcome everyone to the Emporium. I am Jay, also known as Neofet3 in the socials, but we are here at the Emporium to play our Pathfinder 2E actual play again. We're back. We're excited. We missed you all. This is our Pathfinder game. This is our fun little adventure that we've been playing for 5 seasons.
That just killed me.
This is the episode
a long
1
time.
of season 5. We have been here for a
We've been
while.
renewed.
By us.
We renewed ourselves. Yay. We're like Congress.
Congratulations.
Let's not be like Lower Deck and make season 5 our last season.
No. Yes. No, we're not. We enjoy Lower Deck, but no, season 5, we're going to continue. We've got a lot to say. We got a lot to say. And with that, we're going to recap a little bit.
Okay, recap.
Where we were when we left off last year. What exciting things did I drop on you?
Stupid statues that
sleeping death, or
Adam and
the weeping death.
And then the big one got loose in the city and
close, yeah. So Brynn went on a small adventure herself to find some stuff to figure out.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Actually, and then Gwyn
found
did
out
the
the
same
alchemist thing. Is still alive, or he's a lich, and we gotta go destroy his faculties.
Yeah.
His faculty, whatever that.
Interesting you bring that up, because what I would like to do is read again.
Phylactery,
that's
what we were going for there?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Faculties, phylactery.
Phylactery.
I don't know, faculty.
So we ended with a knock at the door, and a letter was hand delivered from Leto to the group. And with that, it was read, and it basically says this. Glastoc. And I'm giving the Leto voice because, it's more,
of course,
Glastoc. Aviro. Brynn. The alchemist is now a lich and is active again in Schmaltmarsh. Goes right to the point.
Right to the point. No bullshit.
Why? It appears he is gathering materials to make another timey-wimey device like the one before. We have leads and some additional information. Please come to Schmaltmarsh as soon as possible. Be warned, your friends are here helping gather information, plus a group who you've had some dealings with in the past. Come to Schmaltmarsh to make a plan and execute it to defeat this foe. And in the small print around this letter, Brynn was kind of grabbed it and looking at.
Oh yeah. It's like there's like a watermark that you can only see, like if you hold it up just right to the light. Yeah.
And Brynn goes, gets the secret message from Leto saying, "I'm sorry. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. The Black Scaled Paladin is here helping. It is safe, and and they are here. Or excuse me, your friends are. Let me back up. The Scaled Paladin is here helping. All your friends, Calico, Tiamat, Pepper, Wren, Goblin, are here as well, working together. It is safe. They are safe."
Well, that's good. Can't imagine why he didn't just say that in normal words, but whatever.
Yeah. Why hide that?
No. I'm glad. Hey, everyone, I have a secret. Guess what it is?
You're pregnant again?
No, great guess.
Oh,
Why don't you tell me anything?
Ironically, it's that we are completely safe.
But yeah,
and we're safe going to Schmaltmarsh.
You're asked to come to Schmaltmarsh to defeat a lich and come up with a plan, which our guest stars, our wonderful guest stars, will be joining us again next month for a large scale, all screen, 9-player
Gotta squint to
It's
see us.
gonna be like the fucking Brady Bunch.
Yep.
I can't wait. Can I be in the middle? Can I be Alice?
No, it's going to be Hollywood Squares and Jake
damn
is
it.
Paul Lind.
Can I be Kathy Griffin?
We can make that happen.
Awesome.
So with that, they went on an adventure last year as in a special guest star adventure that kind of set this process up. So they helped out getting it some information, which we streamed. You can follow on YouTube. So this is now the group has to get together and has to go to Schmaltmarsh, which is about a 3-day trip. And you just found out that also that the Weeping Death were here at the house, and you let one out and they ran. You killed one, you let the others left. You also figured out that the past events of this false Hydra that Gwyn and party had to deal with in Sandpoint that they killed seemed to have morphed, resurrected, gave birth, whatever the case might be, to some humanoid type things that seem to be timey-wimey as well. And you made the connection that all the glittering things that you've seen people has a timey-wimey aspect to it. And because you are taken out of time and you have the ability to see timey-wimey stuff.
See timey-wimey people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you also realize you may have encountered one, and that when you look away, you forget that they're there. Because I'm a Doctor Who fan. And we're going to go with that. But now you're sitting having conversations. And the last that we left off is that Aviro was scrying a letters for Gwyn to a friend in Schmaltmarsh, Selena, which you all remembered and realized that Selena the vampire from the haunted house that some of you
I wasn't at. That
you
was
weren't
not
at, but you met at the party. That was funny. That was absolutely funny. Because that played off perfect for Glastoc. Glastoc was yelling at Aviro about who he was, and Aviro wasn't even there.
Dumbass, don't you remember? Oh, well, wait.
That was perfectly hilarious. What else? So that's kind of the whole recap, and you're in the house. What do you want to do? Conversations that you just found out that Gwyn is friends with Selena the vampire.
Why didn't she eat you?
Why would she eat me?
Why didn't she?
Because she's a vampire. They
She's
tend
a
to eat
vampire. That's
people.
why she would.
Oh,
Why
well,
didn't she?
I'm very strong. So she probably was very intimidated.
So you're telling me that she didn't eat you just because she didn't think she could win? And that
Yes.
makes you feel safer?
Yes.
Can I
Wouldn't
make
that
that
a-
make you feel
trust
safer?
her?
Can
I
I make an
suppose it
insight check
would.
to see if Gwyn is lying? What's insight on this?
Normally, Brynn would be like sussing shit out, but she is so stunned right now that she is just like
Also, why
trying
would
to-
she eat me? She's a friend.
Aviro, for once in his life, I want to see if he is astute enough to
I
see if
would
she is
say
lying.
I believe it would be
I forget what
either
is it wisdom?
diplomacy.
Is it just straight wisdom now? Diplomacy.
Might be diplomacy
Yeah,
or
diplomacy.
Diplomacy. I'm pretty good at
or
diplomacy.
deception.
25?
Hmm.
25 on my diplomacy?
So I would say based off of if Gwen wants to roll a deception, or it's up to Gwen.
Gwen does not have deception.
Is Gwen trying to deceive?
Gwen
No.
is like
I mean, she is trying to deceive.
Yeah, give me a deception roll then. We'll contest it.
Just a straight
Maybe.
charisma roll. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, that's a 2 on the die.
Yeah, she's not. Yeah, not going
We're
well.
off to the races.
Gwyn?
Yes.
Gwyn?
Yes. Aviro?
That's not. I don't believe that's accurate. Wha-
Okay. Well,
you are
so
clearly. She left you alive for some reason. Vampires generally, as a rule, tend to eat anyone they basically come in contact with. Therefore, you were left alive. Were you? And you claim to be friends. Therefore, were you? Was it platonic? Was it romantic? Was it purely
well, no.
business?
Well, we were fighting another vampire, and if
So
I'm
purely business.
being honest, I didn't actually know she was a vampire until afterwards. So
After what?
after we killed the other vampire and saved the orphans.
Wait a minute. You're telling me that this vampire woman was on board with saving orphans?
That may
she
have
like-
been incidental to the situation, but yes.
Ah.
She's a good person.
Well,
I don't doubt it, but she does eat people.
and she tried to kill us.
be fair. I think we
Nobody's
attacked her
perfect.
first.
What was that, Jim?
I said,
Sorry, yeah.
to be fair, I think we attacked her first.
Nobody's perfect.
I cannot believe I am seriously being gaslit right now. She's a vampire. We tried to kill vampires. That's kind of what we do. I feel like we're the protagonists in some grand story.
Have you known many vampires?
Brynn, that would be a fascinating concept if we were merely characters being created on a whim by minds. Wouldn't that be fascinating?
I can't even wrap my brain around that right now, Aviro.
I
You'd be
sure
significantly
can.
higher than I am. Anyway,
Aviro's making a game, Men in Houses.
Yeah.
all right. Well, it
Paychecks
seems
and
like
mortgages.
right.
There you go.
Seems like a reintroduction may be in order then. And I kind of look skeptically at Glastoc.
Well, Glastoc leans over to Brynn and says, "We're gonna have to get passage on the ship."
Oh, I can manage that, I think.
Okay.
It's a 3-day horse ride, or a 2-day, or maybe a day and a half.
Like a ferry.
Boat. Yeah.
Okay.
We have to take a ship because I would rather. I have trouble on ships.
Okay.
Do you get seasick?
So now Glastoc
Yes.
leans over and goes, "Okay, screw the ship. We're gonna need horses."
Oh, that's a
I have a
shame. I was
horse.
so excited. Yes, he already has a horse. Well, the rest of us need horses. We should go to Enterprise, rent a horse. There's one right down the road.
That Dan Enterprise is such a great chap.
He sure is.
Surprise.
Little egotistical naming the business after himself, but that's neither here nor there. Or
Good
we can go in the
marketing.
morning. Is it evening? It's probably. I'm feeling,
Yeah.
sensing evening
Yeah.
right
Oh
now.
yeah, it's definitely evening because Gwen had gotten back. It's actually late evening.
Okay. Did I go on my mini excursion today?
Yes,
Or
you did.
early evening? Okay, okay.
Earlier today.
All right.
Yeah.
So I think Brynn is probably especially kind
Hungover.
of tired and maybe just a little bit. No, I
Or
think
still
Brynn's not
drunk,
hungover
actually.
yet. She's still drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So she's just kind of like, well, whatever we're going to do, it can wait until the morning. I think I'm going to turn in.
Sounds like a good idea.
Agreed.
Should probably get going as quickly as possible in the morning if it's going to take us 2 to 3 days there.
All right. Bright and early then. And Brynn kind of makes her way upstairs.
Glastoc's going up on the roof again.
I imagine that Brynn like is just settling in, and she hears fucking Glastoc clonking around up there. It's just like, ugh. And like now the hangover is setting in. Like it's just a little bit. It's just like, oh.
Aviro's going to bed.
Bed. Gwen?
Gwyn's going to take advantage of the hot spring in the basement, and then, yes, we'll go get some sleep as well.
Actually, no, Aviro's going to the hot spring in the basement.
I legit thought you were gonna be like, Gwyn's gonna take advantage of all of her people turning their backs, and then assassination. Gwyn's gonna take advantage of their trust.
Come on, you can take me 1v1.
Oh, you're barbarian, man. Barbarians win all the time.
Aviro is now this is the first time Aviro has used the hot spring in the that you just found out about this morning.
He's very excited for the hot spring.
It's lovely. It's absolutely lovely. It's nice and warm. It's relaxing. There's
you just see this long black hair floating on the top of the
Oh my
water.
god.
That's it, and just like his eyes. And every now and then a nose comes up.
Like a Navy SEAL.
He's just like totally flat in this hot spring. That's all you get.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and the evenings relaxing. Glastoc, are you doing anything howling at the moon or anything on the roof? Or
he's sitting up there and obviously drinking, because that's what he and Brynn do when they're contemplating anything in life. And he's actually like second guessing some of the stuff that we've done over time, like specifically with Rocky, like not realizing how, like, Glastoc's always thought he's a danger, but not realizing how much more
how 100 years has turned Rocky into Rocky.
This malevolent force of evil that's just bent on destroying us. So
is he bent on destroying you?
Oh, he's at some point he's planning on it, but right now
pissed.
he's kind of playing with us.
Yeah, I think he's pissed at you, or was.
Yeah, no, he's just he's
gonna
taking this moment to be by himself and be very melancholy about everything that's happened.
Rocky's not gonna kill us right away. It's gonna,
He's
a very slow process.
I mean, he's learned from Mama. You take it slow.
Oh my god. I am a very good person. I'm chaotic good. It says so on my sheet.
The chaotic part, yes, that's what he learned.
he just picked and chose. Hey, listen, if he's a cafeteria Catholic, that's his business. He's gonna freaking take no.
He got half of it, right?
Right.
But you also you're realizing that, and in Leto's letter that he sent you, it was very evident that the Black Dragon Paladin was sent and is helping, not
Yes, he's
Rocky.
helping. Oh, I know.
Rocky's not there, and it doesn't look like Rocky will be there. Is that?
Well, we don't know that.
But Leto
No.
can sniff out bullshit though.
Yeah,
Like if
Leto
this, if this Black Dragon Paladin, the Black Scaled Paladin is there, Leto would be suspicious enough to like.
And there was enough information going back and forth that Leto, you can tell by the letter, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Clearly, Rocky has still beef with this alchemist and has sent his Black Scaled Paladin, in his stead to take care of business, knowing that he has to work together with the natural ones to take it out.
But ultimately, Leto did say it's safe, so I trust Leto. I mean, I don't trust him, but he is my friend. Alrighty.
Is he though?
From Star Wars, Jim. I was expecting a gold star. Anyway, okay. Brynn is sleeping. The sleep of the very drunk.
What other contemplations or thoughts or dreams that your group or wants that your group decides in the course of the evening? Anything popping up? Any conversations in the tub?
Aviro's blowing bubbles in the water.
What right does the wolf judge the lion?
I'm sorry, Aviro. What was that?
I was just saying how wonderful this feels.
It is very nice, isn't it?
It is.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
How do you be a pacifist?
Or do you?
Like
As
how?
in, as
like
in what is
how?
the definition of pacifist? One who
No,
is
I
completely against
understand
war?
that now. Like you don't fight.
Oh, me personally.
Yes.
As he sits up a little higher. I would not say that I am a pacifist.
But you don't fight.
Correct. I would say I am non-violent. I wouldn't say I'm a pacifist. I don't interfere when you all do. But I don't want to myself. Do harm. That's why I like to assist, help with casting beneficial things to make you better at what you do so that I can be over here not getting hurt.
No. We don't want you to get hurt.
Agreed. I also do not want to get me hurt.
That's Aviro in a nutshell.
Check.
Above table, did Brynn share the information about the Blue M involvement?
Yeah, I think
I thought so.
I thought so. I thought she would share
That's
that
the thing
with
we all
Brynn.
know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody, yeah.
I am conflicted, Aviro.
What about?
Oh yeah.
I am sworn to kill all the Blue M's. That is my goal. That is what I want to do.
Lofty,
But,
right?
Right. And then here we are going to potentially meet with them and be friends. It doesn't seem right. It seems like we should go there and kill them.
I don't think the friends bit was meant to be taken literally. I think it was meant to be that there is a momentary truce while the two factions work towards a common goal of ridding existence of this lich. I believe that is what it meant. The enemy of the enemy is my friend. Friend used very loosely. I think we just need to tolerate each other.
But why?
You can kill them later.
Oh, I will. But
Don't worry.
Then what's
That's a moot point.
what's the issue?
Well, that's neither here nor there. But
the question
You have to kill them right away.
I mean, that's more fun that way. But they can't stab you in the back later. Then
They also can't stab us in the back right now.
it's a good point. Unless you're a Blue M. I'm joking. It's
I'm sorry. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
That's absolutely what happens. That's absolutely what happens.
The thing that I keep coming back to though, Aviro, is if the M's want to destroy this lich, why do we want to destroy it?
Well,
If it's their enemy, then maybe it can be our ally.
I don't believe that is in any way possible. From what I understand, this is a. Gwyn, does your culture have a saying something to the equivalent of "the devil you know is better than the devil you don't"?
No.
It refers to the known quantity is easier to plan for and deal with than the unknown quantity. At this particular moment, we know the blue M's better than we know this lich. This lich should not remain in existence. This would be a real bad thing for pretty much everyone. With Rocky, there's still at least a chance.
It's an interesting saying and one that I will have to think about. My people have many sayings though, like never trust an elf.
Why would they say that?
I don't believe that anymore. That is
Why would they say that? Where did that come from?
It's very old history. Like we don't even remember anymore. It's just, think under the water.
Right over Aviro's head. All right, well, no worries. I cannot tell you not to worry or be conflicted. You will be what you will be. However, I can tell you that I think that at this moment, going after this lich is the right move, and to have a momentary truce with the blue M's. Now, does removing the lich benefit the blue M's? Absolutely. However, it really is a thing that should. That's how bad it is. If they're saying that it needs to go, it really needs to go. It really. Plus, think of how much fun this fight will be. Yay! Big scary thing to go swing your sword at.
I mean, that does sound like a lot of fun,
Woo!
but
Big scary thing to swing your sword
Way to
at.
know your audience, Jeff.
play the bass. I am glad that there are 3 people in this house with so much wisdom.
Oh, there's not. There's. What's mine too?
Choose your next words carefully.
I don't
Just
believe
gonna
there are 3
caution
other
you.
people in this room, Gwyn, with high wisdoms. I think there are some with high intelligences. I don't know necessarily about wisdoms. But I think I understand that was a compliment, so thank you very much. We appreciate it. And we're glad you're here too, because really, Glastoc and Brynn are wonderful, but they're going to get themselves killed with their bravado. You actually can take a beating and keep on coming back. Poor Brynn and Glastoc. They really do get. I was the phrase the snot kicked out of them. I believe I don't understand that phrase.
But there is bravery to that.
Very much so. I would never say they are not brave.
Jim,
That
we're
is
not there.
literally the
We're not there.
issue. Is that that is literally the issue? Is that their bravery might
Say.
get them into a little bit of trouble. I love them. I do love them dearly.
Gwyn's gonna get up and start to head up and turn
whoa,
back to Aviro and say,
Wow.
the offer does stand. Aviro, the offer stands. If you want to learn how to take a hit, I will teach you how to take a hit.
No, thank I appreciate
Okay.
that, and I will
Standing there in
keep
all her glory.
it in mind. Thank
Totally
you.
fine.
Good night.
Good night.
Yep.
Sting.
I'm done.
Mhm.
That's incredible.
That
Wow.
was
Wow, you two.
Awesome. That was awesome. I is gonna wanted to circle back a little bit and go with all the conversations has the natural one shared with Gwen the stuff that the alchemist all the alchemist encounters, all your issues that you've had with the alchemist, and why taking this out, this now lich out, because you've killed the alchemist at least once, and you've had several encounters and fights with this thing. So this has been you know, pain in your rear for a while.
I don't see any reason why we wouldn't have shared like everything about the alchemist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like we had a
unless
lot
anybody
of
has an
hours on a
objection.
road.
Yeah.
Seems like
Yeah.
stories would have come
especially
out.
especially at least the whole like Gwen's obviously gonna know the whole timey wimey, you
Mhm.
know, that like that's how
Mhm.
a lot of this with Rocky has evolved is
Right.
because the alchemist captured him and
Right.
And the
you know,
timey wimey and brought
and if
him
he's
back,
if he's
And it's
trying
his
to do
fault.
this again, so
It's his fault we timey-wimeyed, right? Like we got a hold of his thing and
mm-hmm.
that's
Yeah.
what
Correct.
zapped us.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what originally zapped you back, and
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
figured out how to get back to the back to the present, and that's
Mhm.
when you got back to the present. That's when things kind of you had to shift to a different realm. So,
I think it go back to your so for those of you who were curious, in the side chat, Jay asked also, does Gwyn know everything about Rocky? I think the one thing that maybe was held back a little bit is how close Rocky and Brynn are, like how close they are. Like Gwyn probably knows like that we were once allies, but now we're not, and that kind of shit. But like she doesn't know how like tentative Brynn still is about,
that's not true
or
because
does she?
Gwen and I had a talk, and that was one of the
Oh,
things
and
that
you
I expressed
spilled.
to
Ah,
Gwen
yes, you did.
that
Shit. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
no,
no
Yes, that is
Thank
true.
you.
I forgot. I
but
forgot.
it brings up a good point that Gwen does know
Ooh.
your history and also knows Gwen's or Glastoc's feelings about how diversive that potentially could be in a crucial situation.
Yeah.
And
So
you know that in Aviro's word vomit, he would babbled exactly how close you are. So, like, the only
Mhm.
one who hasn't told
Yeah,
Gwyn about it
fair.
is
I love Brynn is asleep right now going, my secret is safe.
yeah.
meanwhile, the boys are sharing everything.
Both of you fuckers, you little fucking gossip queens are just, and get this.
and then Brynn did this.
Seriously, she loves him like so much that you're probably going to have to fight her at the end of this.
Now, I wonder the fight in Salt Marsh with Timon and Rocky attacking you outside
Oh,
outside
with
the
with
Rusty
our
Dragon with your
my uncle and Aviro's sister. Yeah.
yep,
Oh
and
yeah.
Tib
Oh,
Tib
Tib. You
Tib
mean? Yeah.
and
Timon was
that
there too.
Timon was there. Yeah, Timon
Timon
was
was
Timon
there.
was
there.
also there.
Yeah, but that's that encounter and how at that fight Brynn hesitated.
Oh yeah.
So that was a
Maybe Gwyn doesn't know that at least, and maybe we can keep that a secret.
okay. That's that was part of the question. Was
Oh,
what was divulged from that encounter?
Aviro
I
definitely
wouldn't-
would never have noticed that, so he's oblivious to the fact that
I
she,
wouldn't have told.
yeah, he has no idea that
But
she.
that
not that-
Rocky used your family members to get back at you.
Yeah, we probably wouldn't go into huge details about that other than the fact that Rocky used people close to us as weapons against us,
Mhm.
you know, and that Tibbs a psychopath who's broken out of the sanitarium and is running around with some hussy now. And Brynn's really upset.
Psychopath is such an angry, aggressive word. I don't think that's necessarily the case.
You mispronounced
Misguided.
accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's
But
out.
notice Brynn skipped over the part where I said is now running around with a hussy.
Yes, that's what Bryn's
And
dreaming about
parties.
over and over and over and over again tonight.
He has his party. There is a hussy potential in that
Here.
party.
You said she was essentially in like the iron bikini from fucking Return of the Jedi. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
you essentially described it as. So,
Yes.
yes, hussy is appropriate. I am allowed to say it. She's a brazen huss.
So the evening finally comes, get a good amount of sleep. You're not afraid of the house because the creeps and everything in the house is now taken care of. The next morning, breakfast. The question is, so you're getting prepped to travel to Schmalt Marsh.
Yeah.
Are you letting anyone know that in like Sebastian or someone else that you're traveling, or the process, or letting people know, like, and Sandpoint, that you're going to be gone and things of that nature? Those things are. I'm going with the assumption that those are processed, correct?
Should give the the neighbor kid a couple gold to come over and water the plants. Stuff like that. Don't know when we'll be back.
Actually, this brings up a good point.
Mhm.
Do we want to sneak out so people don't know that we're going to be gone for a long period of time, or do we want to make it obvious that we are leaving?
Ooh. Let's leave like a sign somehow that we're home. Aviro, can you like put the lights on a timer? Can you like do some spell or something that like makes the candles and the torches come on at a certain time of day every day while we're gone?
Let me think on that.
Or even if it was just rule of cool, Jay, I feel like Aviro would be able to figure something like that shit out. But I think that's a great idea. Like let's let people not know we're gone. I think that's smart.
I mean, but what about like your mail and stuff? Don't you need to put a hold on that?
I mean, we're not getting exactly a lot of letters and we're not getting a lot of bills. Pretty sure
Mm.
nobody's gonna notice.
I mean, you did just have a messenger last night.
It's true. But that messenger was from the place that we're going.
Well, that's a good point.
I think we're good to let the mail pile up. I don't see us being gone that long.
Maybe a week.
Sometimes it seems like just a few days takes like
Could
forever. But then we
doesn't
remember it was just a few days.
doesn't what's his name at the Rusty Dragon have a bunch of grandkids? Or is that back in
That was
back in
that was
Let the
back
kids
in.
come over and house it.
Now Sebastian does live across the street, or across the road, so to speak. He does have his manservant butler living there that takes care of everything, and him coming over and taking care of whatever he needs over here is not going to be difficult.
Nice.
Does he who's one of the more powerful wizards in town?
Ooh, that is an excellent
Because
question.
Would Aviro have
Question.
talked to this person previously? No, we didn't know where we're going.
No, you
All
don't.
right. Aviro knows what he's going to do when he comes back. All right. No, that probably could not have happened. I want to talk to a powerful wizard and figure out, can we figure out a spell to cast that we can turn the lights on a timer, basically. And it's just a spell that I can keep charging.
That'd
And
be
then
incredible. Remotely.
Could you just talk to Rocky?
No.
no.
He might know. I don't know.
I'm gonna act like I didn't hear.
Hey, Rocky, we know we're kind of, fighting a mortal combat to the death, but we were wondering you could get us a light timer.
I'm going to say, for the rule of cool, Aviro could create a new spell combining the alarm spell and
With
like a
produce
continuous
flame.
light.
Let's call it timed illumination.
And
Yeah, I haven't studied
Ooh.
timey-wimey stuff. I haven't studied
and
timey-wimey stuff.
like what the torch, the ever burning
Produce flame.
torch. No, ever burning
Produce
torch.
flame
Oh,
or a
okay.
burning torch.
So basically, you have a spell that caps it and opens it, caps it and opens it,
That's
type
great.
situation.
That's perfect.
Or even a
Mhm.
light spell, a permanent light spell on a crystal. You just have an alarm spell that would
You?
It's a timey-wimey set.
Yes, light spell on a crystal. That
Yep.
because he would be like, I don't want to burn the place down and with open flames. That just seems dangerous.
We can't leave the Christmas lights on when we're not home. You never know what'll happen. One
So
spark and
I think glowing
I-
crystals placed around. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a cool idea.
Yeah.
That's great.
It
Yay!
for the sake, I'm gonna say Sebastian has something like this already.
Ooh. Wow.
Because it's a
I love how you're
Minkai
like, yeah,
thing.
rule of cool is fine, but you're not
True-
the first one to figure it out.
Or have something something potentially, because it's going to take you like a week to research all this and you don't have the time. So for the short period, could temporarily do something like that.
Or he could just have some kid run into our room and then run out again. You know.
I also don't trust the neighborhood kids.
Yeah,
You
you
never
don't.
know. They might have a party. They might break shit. You can't do
Exactly.
that.
They might burn the porch down with fireworks.
They're more likely to burn the house down than timed illumination. So
Yes.
But I will
It's
say
called
for
timed illumination.
I
That
will
sounds like
say
a,
you
a
are
perfume.
like what you're coming up with time illumination. That's going to be a spell thing, no problem. That's the timey-wimey. What the other thing that's gonna in the temporary is there's just a crude version of it.
Mhm.
Very, very crude version of it.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, you have something that you're gonna be, yeah. Mhm.
amazing. Love
So-
it.
Adding that to my list.
Oh,
I
children.
love timed illumination. It's your new thing.
Yeah, I like it.
You can even put it in your tower.
Ooh. No, well, maybe.
See,
not get
now,
carried away.
now he's interested.
It goes away though. Like the whole thing disappears after. Like
Yeah,
it
I
only
mean,
stays for
really,
24
it's like the whole tower is on a timer. So
Mhm.
so we really,
Exactly.
never mind.
So you pack up, you can rent a horse that gets delivered to in Schmaltmarsh. So you basically your transportation. You know, you're giving horses. You pay a down payment. You make sure the horse when you deliver it, you get your down payment back. Things like
Nice.
that.
Awesome.
It's a whole exploring thing. You get
We do
all
a lot of
packed up.
business
You get
with
all
them.
your gear. When you raid the armory, you have access to it now. You have all your stuff.
Got my Scarnetti ring. I've got my blue dragon armor.
Mhm.
What time is it?
It's morning.
Adventure time.
Like what time morning?
Miller time.
Adventure
What time morning?
I would say it's probably mid morning by now. Mhm.
Oh wow.
All right, Aviro is
10
still
a.m.
asleep.
I come downstairs and I put my foot on the bottom step and I'm like, I'm not even coming all the way down. And I turn around and I go back up and I'm like, boom, 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 Aviro.
Nothing.
I just come in. Like, Aviro, wake up.
Why do you
Nothing.
even bother?
It's the principle of the thing. And as usual, Brynn just kind of like Brynn actually like kind of does like a stretch or two first because like this is getting like real like knows what's coming and it's like okay it's time and then just as usual just clean jerks his mattress.
He squawks and tumbles, and it's just legs and arms and a tangle of gangly
And I
teenagers.
imagine like the mattress really, Brynn really got some heft under this one. And this has never happened, but the mattress has flipped over on top of Aviro. And she kind of crouches down and she goes, Aviro, dear, we have to stop meeting like this. And she kind of like smiles and boops him on the nose and then leaves the room.
Oh. Then don't come in.
Time for adventure, dear.
And he gets up and he's stumbling around and he splashes water on his face and the
And as
prestidigitate.
Brynn comes down the
And he's
stairs,
fine.
like, I swear he would miss an entire adventure if we didn't just wake him up.
That sounds wonderful. Why
We
don't we do
need
that
you.
next time?
And I was saying this to Glastoc and Gwyn, who I'm sure are downstairs and ready to go.
Making
yeah.
breakfast.
Right.
He pulls out his flask of fellowship and it drinks some tea out of it.
God. I asked Gwyn to make me a couple of eggs and some bacon. And ooh, hash browns. If she's got potato.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Assuming that we have a fully stocked pantry,
Yes,
Gwyn will make breakfast order.
Not home fries?
They don't have any
Oh, yeah.
potatoes in the pantry, and Brynn disappears into the backyard for a second and reappears with a potato that looks like she pulled it out of the ground just now. Like, here, poof, puts it on the
Perfect.
counter. It's all dirty still.
Clean, cut, and fried.
Amazing. Terrific.
Awesome.
Ooh, are there fried potatoes?
Yes,
Oh,
would you like
I
some?
would, I would, I would have some of those. Are there oat cakes?
I do not know how to make oat cakes.
Are there any beans?
Yes.
I would love some beans.
All right. Get working on some beans.
And fried potatoes.
You're a saint.
Really? What was your canonization event?
I have never
was-
been anywhere near a cannon.
Brynn is sitting back, drinking her coffee, just enjoying this carnival of misinterpretations.
Mm-hmm.
Glastoc, did you get much sleep last night?
Enough.
Hmm.
And he just
Good question. I heard you clomp, clomp, clomping up on the roof like Santa.
I was doing some sightseeing, stargazing. I was drinking. And he just sits down next
Yes,
to Brynn.
that's what I was waiting for. There we go.
And you did not invite us?
I wanted some alone time.
Ah, well, fair enough.
Plus, you and Aviro were soaking in the.
Oh, that
Bath.
tub is so nice.
It
You two-
really is.
I leaned to Aviro and I said, "You two were soaking in the hot tub."
It
My
was
dear, what would Peppa
glorious,
say?
Bryn.
What would Peppa say?
She's glad I'm getting relaxation.
Oh, no fun. And Brynn continues to drink her coffee.
I think
and
she would
get
be
ready for
glad
her
that I can find a nice stress reliever. I think she would be very happy about that.
I'm sure she would. I'm sure
Would she
she's
now?
happy that it does wonders for your tension.
That was me, Nylan Bureau. That's me.
That's incredible.
Couldn't keep it, damn
That's
it.
amazing. I turn to Gwyn and I wink and I'm like, at least somebody's picking up what I'm laying down here.
What?
Nothing. Nothing, dear.
Hmm.
And Brynn eats another piece of potatoes. I imagine she has some kind of a, I don't know, like a tomato reduction. It's like mixed with some sugar and some salt and maybe some vinegar too. It's like a special concoction.
Is it like a chutney?
Something like that. Yes, a tomato, sugar, salt, vinegar chutney.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Artisan.
We buy it
It's
at the
part
farmer's
of my
market.
alchemy.
So you have a good
We
hearty
buy it at the farmer's
breakfast.
market, which is just called the market.
You have a good hearty breakfast. You packed
Awesome.
everything that you need for, you're going to anticipate 10 to 14 days. It's going to take 3 days to get there, 3 days to get back. And then probably it could be you have a meeting, 3 more days to prep. You might want to spend. So like I said, you got 10 to 15 days, 14 days you're going to be on the road. So you got enough supplies, you got enough equipment, you got all your stuff.
You notice that Aviro is not packing
Aviro, where's your stuff?
in my bag.
What bag? And I am
My
like
pack.
looking around.
And he's got his one normal bag.
You do know we're going to be gone for like 2 weeks, right?
Yes.
You have all that you need in there.
No, I have all that I need in my tower.
Oh, yes. I forgot about the tower. Well, that is convenient as hell. I am jealous. I can't even disguise it. As Brynn's freaking big ass duffel is like off to the side.
You need help with that?
Me? No.
Yeah.
I'm
No?
fine.
Okay.
I
So I
have to
was
get
going
it
to
to a-
volunteer Aviro to do it.
Aviro could not even squat my bag, let alone just throw it over his shoulder.
Bryn, do you want to store your bag in my tower?
Well, that would be lovely. I mean, when next time you make your tower, I'll put my stuff in there.
Tonight.
Be terrific. Thank you, Aviro.
You're welcome.
That was
It's
very
open to
kind.
anyone else if Gwyn, Glastoc, if you want to, by all means.
I don't
Great.
have very much.
That might help us
Neither
move
do I,
it.
but apparently Brynn thinks that's terrible.
I'm sorry, Aviro. I was just giving you a hard time.
What
That
if you-
actually might help us move faster as well if the horses don't have to carry so much weight.
Well, let's not crowd it. Although I suppose, like your tents and things, you could stash in there for the moment, and then
We're not moving in, Aviro. We'll get all our shit
take it.
out.
You'll
when-
take it out when I'm in it.
Who has a
Of
tent?
course, yes.
I have a tent.
Oh, you
I
have a
don't
tower.
use it. I don't use it anymore because I have a tower, but I have a tent.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes he sets it up in his tower's living room to have like a little camp out.
It is sort of fun because you're not out in the woods.
Right. And there's a nice bathroom you can use.
There's a
just
nice
off to
bath
the side.
right upstairs.
Picture
Very
going
nice.
into Vera's bedroom. His tent's set up over the bed.
It's like it just says keep out, no girls allowed.
K's backwards, you know.
That's the elvish style.
Yeah. That's a definite like it's a bane of contention between like several like different species. But like, well, so when we get there, what's our plan of attack? Who are we going to talk to first? Who should we make contact with? Who should we
Well, we
avoid?
should find our
if
friends
anybody?
first.
Obviously, our friends first. And then I imagine we should touch base with Lido.
Yes.
And I want to talk to that that black-scaled, the Dragonborn, the Paladin. I just want to make
we ever
sure
get
that
his name?
he.
Yes, you forgot
Did I ever
it,
get his
but
name?
it's
Shit.
if I recall, it is. It's the GM goes by. Starts with the T. I know that much.
Oh, I was gonna say it's Sir Kick Our Asses if we're ever gonna fight him.
Yeah. Anyway, I just want to talk to him myself. It's not that I don't trust Lido. I just want to. If I could just talk to him myself, I'll be able to tell if he's bullshitting or not. I'll be able to tell.
I understand your trepidation about Selena, but I will find her when we get there. And I'll make her promise not to eat any of you.
That would be
Well,
terrific.
That
if
would
she,
really be appreciated.
Isn't she in the house that the alchemist is in?
Not anymore. She still well. What you know is that she
She got priced
does
out.
stay there occasionally, but she has ventured out, as has numerous residences all over the area. Because
Okay.
it's been 100 years, so she still keeps it. But she, when she goes to Schmaltmarsh, she might stay there maybe
It's her
once.
summer home.
Yeah, it's the summer home.
Would you stay there? There's liches in the basement.
No,
Ugh.
not anymore. You took it out.
No, but
Oh.
his faculties are there, supposedly.
I suppose if she does agree to not kill us, or bite our necks, or suck our blood, or whatever they do, I guess also tell her that I'm sorry for being a vampire racist.
I am quite certain she will forgive you.
Good. Right? And I'm finishing my little breakfast. I get my last little bit of egg. Well, off on another adventure then, gang?
All right.
Brynn grabs her heavy ass duffel and is very thankful that she took Aviro up on his offer. Only has to do this one time.
Tepis, that's it.
Tepis?
Tepis.
Tepis.
Tepis sounds like a dessert.
I will place it in chat for you.
I would love a dish of tepis after dinner. 100%. Oh, tepis. That sounds like a disease.
Well, he's a blue M, so kind of.
Yeah. Appropriate. Okay.
So yeah.
All right. Well, shall we go to Enterprise? And Brynn grabs her stuff and walks out the door. It is time. Let's have an adventure, gang.
Aviro stumbles after.
Yeah, you get your
Um,
horses. Anything else?
Gwyn
Aviro
would have made
conjures
sure
a small
the.
horse.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Gwyn just make sure that the basement is resecured.
Yep.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't want anybody to use the hot tub while we're gone.
The house that you do secure the house. So yeah.
Good.
Aviro conjures a smoke horse.
Actually, Gwen,
That startles Brynn every time you do it, for the record.
Gwen,
It's like, "Ah!"
Gwen, you set the
Uh-oh.
alarm, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, that the group didn't know about.
God, we're gonna get a fucking call from Life Alert. What's the code word? I don't know.
I didn't set it.
Yeah, there's a panel on the inside, a sigil. It's an alarm sigil that Sebastian helped put in on the house because
Nice.
his house is completely warded and sigiled for alarmed, and so he had that. So yeah, before you go on long adventures, you hit that, you activate the sigil, and that's an alarm spell on the house.
This place is safe as fuck.
Oh,
You would
well,
think so.
people you just forget to set it 99% of the time.
Oh my.
Well, now that did Aviro see that? See Gwen set that? Probably not. He's pretty sleepy. He doesn't know about it. All right. Otherwise, he'd be very interested.
You set out. You get your horses. You set out. It's about a little before noon, and you're set out on the road. There's merchants going back and forth, caravanning. You're heading down. It's going to be 3 days. It's an uneventful 3 days. First day, but we're going to go first day. You find that night you get your campsite, which is, a little shorter than what you normally would go. You go off your beaten path, which is your standard. Aviro pops the tower, and yeah,
Isn't conspicuous.
Takes
at
10
all.
minutes, doesn't really pop.
the question is who is staying in the tower and who is staying outside the tower.
I think
Glastoc's
Brynn would stay.
outside.
How's the weather?
Ooh, someone roll me a D12, please.
Dibs. I got it. 12.
It is a
Glad I
nice
used
weather.
it on the Oh, good.
This is nice weather.
Brynn would keep her would camp outside. She's already keeping her shit in Aviro's tower. She doesn't want to impose.
Everyone else standing outside?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Aviro's inside.
Thought you'd get him with that one.
Where do you have dinner? Anyone else going in the tower for any given time? Or is it just Aviro and
That seems unlikely, as it hasn't really ever happened before.
Brynn might go in to use the
Okay.
facilities.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, like, there's a
Can I use the
bath.
potty?
Bryn's having a bath, I'm assuming.
100%.
And is anyone else?
Oh no, Aviro, don't come up here. I'm still naked.
As rough and tumble as Brynn is, she's really kind of prissy. So
I love a bath. Don't you get me wrong. No, there's bubbles. There's a bath bomb in there. It smells like peppermint. It's great.
It smells chocolatey.
Oh, okay.
A little minty too.
Go with that.
Little
We'll go with
pepper.
that.
Little pepper touch.
Oh, and it gets Aviro all nostalgic for someone special.
He's actually probably out sitting around the fire. He's probably not, because you're inside and he wants to
Alright.
give you as much privacy as possible.
That's really kind.
I need
sitting around the fire.
non-initiative perception checks from Aviro and Brynn.
Oh, nat 1.
Ooh, I got my roll is a 2, which makes my
Oh,
perception, and
hey,
18.
good job, guys.
And 18 is my perception,
Okay.
though.
Yeah.
Unless this is for initiative, then it's a
Nope,
20.
Nope.
Okay.
So yeah, and everyone's outside. The night goes, no issues, no problem. There's you enjoy it, the tower, everything else. Yeah. Next day,
Brynn thinks to herself how decidedly less intrudery this tower is than the last time she was in here. This is great.
Because that's when she read his poems.
She saw the little going through the and she read his poetry. It's great.
next day you travel. You have breakfast, you have lunch, you travel, same thing. Very uneventful. I need a.
Brynn is teaching everybody a song,
Alright,
an elvish song.
I
Can
need.
I roll to see if Aviro already knows it?
Go for it.
Just a. What do I roll?
Knowledge.
Knowledge. Knowledge what?
Knowledge
Lore
Lore.
academia. Lore
Society.
academia.
No, it wouldn't be academia. It would be
Would be
just
academia.
knowledge, lore, or
Society, maybe.
society.
Performance.
I would society or performance. Yeah.
Society. 22?
Yeah.
Does Aviro know this
Okay.
song?
You would
I-
kind of know this song. It's a song to
yeah.
help like little kids. It's a song to help like little kids remember what plant is what and which
Mhm.
ones are good to eat and which ones can kill you and which ones are medicine. And
Mhm.
it's taught to elvish children when they're really little.
Nursery rhyme kind of song.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. It's the Elvish Ring Around the Rosie.
Essentially, yeah. Yeah. And Brynn would stop every so and be like, and that was secretly about the plague.
I need everyone to give me a perception check, please. Not initiative.
Yes.
Perception check.
This is going to be the one. Hey, 34.
Nice.
30.
26.
Total of 20.
Okay.
Do my elf eyes see?
To my elf, I see.
Waiting for Glastoc. See if he has.
30.
Ooh, nice.
There he is.
All right. So the evening go, you camp. The tower. Are you having another bath, Brynn? Are you relaxing?
No, I'm all set. I think this night Brynn would want to be out by the fire.
Okay.
Got fire FOMO.
Brynn.
No, she just misses drinking with Glastoc.
That's
That too.
exactly what it is. Mhm.
That's fire FOMO.
Yeah, that's bonfire FOMO, 100%. Yeah.
I'm sending Brynn something she notices.
Secret message. Secret message.
Talk amongst
Secret
yourselves as you're walking and before we get to sitting down and dinner.
So, what is the weirdest thing you've ever seen?
Oh, that is a great question.
A frog walking around inside out.
I once saw a man cut off his own hand.
Okay, no.
That wasn't
You've-
that. That's pretty weird.
No, that is very weird. Disturbing.
Glastoc? The weirdest thing you've ever seen. I'll bet Glastoc is gonna win.
Glastoc very solemnly says, watching a large black dragon destroy everything around him. Referencing what we saw as we were going timey-wimey stuff.
The future salt
Wow.
marsh.
Yeah.
Schmalt marsh, yeah.
Way to bring down the mood, Glastoc. I have to take a piss. And Brynn would go inside. Brynn would take her drink with her and she would go inside the tower.
And Avira, what are you doing in the tower? Are you relaxing? The fire going?
Yeah, he's in the bath at the moment.
Okay. And
Oh no, he couldn't be because he answered for the question. He is sitting at the fire.
okay.
He's just he's got a book. He's writing notes about something that he's thinking about. He's probably thinking about that spell.
Yeah.
He's
Oh
working
yeah,
on-
you've been working on
he's
that
working on-
spell completely.
So he's sitting around the fire working on that spell. He's got a light spell cast and it's just hovering right in front of him, so it's blinding everybody.
Okay.
He's trying to work it out and it flickers out and comes back on.
Shit. you hear just a quiet damn it every so often from over by
Mhm.
you. Amazing.
So yeah, as you're sitting crackling the fire,
I'm still peeing. So
Thanks for the update there.
yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I just didn't want it to seem like
Been
I
holding
didn't
it
have any
all
more stories
day.
to share. Incredible, dude. Incredible. Oh my goodness.
Aviro,
Yes.
Suddenly, there is a burst of energy from within the tower.
What sort of burst of energy?
Something you've
Well,
never seen or felt before.
Arcana check burst of energy? Ooh, 17 on the die for a 36.
Something bad just happened inside the tower.
Aviro bolts for the door.
It has
of the
nothing
tower.
to do with Brynn peeing, for the record. I don't think. I hope not.
Does Aviro just feel it, or is there like a flash
A
that
spider sense.
Actually, there is a flash because some of the windows, you see a flash in the window.
so the rest of us don't see it?
If you want, yeah, I would say you.
Oh.
Turns out if your back is to the tower.
Yeah, I'm
The
just
perception.
curious, yeah.
What was your perception check?
30.
Yes, you notice it.
Okay. That's the only reason why I was asking. I
Yeah,
was like, I rolled
yeah.
pretty high on my perception.
That's a damn
So-
good perception.
Mhm.
Yeah. So if there was this flash, and then all of a sudden Aviro gets up and starts running for the tower, Glastoc's gonna like follow him.
Okay.
Gwyn did not notice.
Yeah.
She 100% thought the flash had to do with that light spell you were messing with, and she's just sitting there by the fire
Oh, yeah.
as you both run for the tower, humming that tune she learned today that she can't get out of her head.
And unfortunately, Gwyn is singing it wrong, and she is
Yes.
unexpectedly like mixing up the ones that can kill you and the ones that can heal you, and that
Mhm.
is not a good thing.
So as Aviro, you burst through the door. You find Brynn semi-charred on the floor as she seems to have opened a bookcase that was never meant to be opened.
What?
You didn't know that this bookcase actually could be swiveled and opened. And that
In my
there is
tower?
in the tower, and that there is a stone door behind the bookcase that Brynn found and seems to have activated a trap.
Parts of Brynn's clothes are like smoldering, and she's just laying there going, "Ouch!"
Glastoc's gonna cast heal on Brynn.
Aviro, I'm sorry, I did something stupid.
What
That wouldn't
happened?
be the hey, Glastoc says that wouldn't be the first time.
Can I
How-
do an arc? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
How bad does Brynn look?
You know, if I had to put a number on it, I'd say she's like at a 77 out of 98. But just if I had to put a number on it.
If you had to put a number on it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's charred, but she's not like
And you know
If I
that
heal you, you're probably gonna pull it. If I heal you now, you'll never learn anything. Kind of dad shit, aren't you?
I will tell you this. I will tell you, she dodged out of the full effect.
oh
Very, very fast.
okay. All right. I'm gonna cast a second level heal on her.
Aviro, you didn't know this bookcase could move, and you didn't know that there was a stone door on the wall.
I would
No,
like
Aviro,
to-
frankly, I blame you. You never told me there was a moving bookshelf in your tower, and I saw it, and I got curious.
Aviro completely ignores her. He is 100% focused on this device,
Yeah.
and he is examining it with an arcane eye. Can I make an Arcana check to see if I
Yes,
can
please
learn
do.
anything about what's going on? 23.
Brynn gets 23 hit points back.
Oh my god, I am fully healed. Thank you.
As you use the spell Arcane Eye,
Ooh.
or
I do.
or what do you use your? Do you use
I'm
Arcana?
using my Arcana check. Yeah, I'm just using my
Oh,
Arcana
okay.
check
As you're
to
looking at
study
this
this thing and see
door.
what I can learn about.
This was not part of your original construction. This was added. And its magic is not yours. That's all I'm going to say.
Brynn's putting her finger through a hole in her cloth here, and it's like, I just got this fixed. And she's just like,
Aviro, not even looking behind, just goes, mend.
and it's
Keeps
fixed.
looking.
As soon as he puts his hand back, Brynn quick takes her finger out of the hole just in case like something terrible happens when you mend and there's something through there. And it fixes. And he's like,
A
thank you,
20?
Aviro.
There's also something that is obscuring the magic, so it doesn't register.
Hmm.
So, like, if you did detect magic, it
Hmm.
wouldn't have
Mhm.
registered.
Brynn has her tankard of ale that she was drinking at the fire, and she left on the coffee table when she went upstairs to pee. And then she comes back up behind Vero, and she's like, "So, what you got in your secret room there, Aviro?"
I don't know. And that is all you get from him as he is studying, looking, studying, looking. You
I
can
look at
see the
Glastoc,
wheels.
I'm like,
You can see the wheels are going, and it does not include you.
he never gets this quiet unless he actually didn't know it was here. Hey, Gwyn! You might want to come in
What?
here and look at this, dear.
I think I'm good, thank you.
No, it's not that. It's a secret bookshelf in Aviro's tower that Aviro doesn't even know was there.
Wait, I thought that. 1 second. Gwyn will come in with her sword. I thought you built this tower.
Aviro did, but he didn't know this was here.
But that, how do you how do you build a tower and not know there's a door there?
By having it added later.
He's focused. He's in the zone. You can tell.
Jay, can I try and cast Dispel Magic on this thing?
Yes, you could.
Nice.
I would like to do that, please.
Mhm.
Attaboy. Attaboy. That's our boy. Let's go.
Do I have to make any kind of
Yep.
roll?
You need a D20 plus your caster level. Ooh.
Counteract check. A
Yes, it's
counteract
counter check.
You succeed against a spell effect, you counteract. If you succeed against a magic item, it becomes a mundane item. So I don't know how that applies here, whether it's the space or it's the bookcase.
It's the space.
Okay.
Or it's an object. So
it's an arcane spell attack, you said?
yeah. So I'm trying
What's a counteract check?
So a counteract check, you need to roll depending on your rank. So counteract is you compare the power of the two forces and to see if you disrupt. So basically you add your skill modifier or a modifier against the target's DC. If
Mhm.
your so basically the spell uses the caster's DC based off of what your target number is.
Arcane DC.
You roll your spellcraft attribute modifier plus your caster's proficiency bonus plus any other bonuses pertaining to that and a d20 and that so
So that I had 3 on the die for a total of 20.
you
But it probably
failed.
does not. Oh yeah.
You failed.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'll try it again tomorrow. In
And
the meantime, I'm going to cast Alarm on this spot right
God.
here. This spot right.
Vero's sleeping outside tonight.
Yeah,
give me
Aviro, I don't feel good about you
Aviro,
sleeping in
give
here.
after
Yes.
you cast that spell, give me another
Ooh.
academic or arcane academia roll.
A deep,
Wait,
gravelly voice
or
on the
no,
other side says,
Academia
"Quit
or
it."
Arcane?
Oh, give me an actually academia. Give me your
Lore
academia roll.
Academia. Okay.
A dork on the other side says,
29.
"Quit it."
29.
You based off of what it is, I'm gonna share something with you in chat.
What did I do to learn this?
By casting the
Oh.
spell
You used your
Oh.
brain. Ooh.
Oh.
and how it interacted and why it did not work.
All right. Is anyone still in the room behind me, or have you all
I was just
buggered off?
heading out. I'd be like, "Well, Aviro, I'll set up your tent outside because you are not sleeping in this fucking dangerous place."
And he turns around. He looks over his shoulder. He doesn't turn around, but he
Mm-hmm.
looks over his shoulder and says, "It's dragon magic."
You are definitely not sleeping in this dangerous ass place. That's
You can see that he is torn between being unsafe and also having to sleep outside.
my God.
You can see that he is torn.
Aviro, make a pros and cons list. The cons will be significantly longer. Spoiler alert.
I think it's Rocky's dragon magic.
And you're still hesitant on sleeping outside? Like, what are you afraid? What are you so afraid of outside? Like getting a root in your back?
Brynn,
If
there
you
are
sleep in
bugs.
here, you might get a knife in your back, Aviro.
We're under a truce.
Are we? I mean, we haven't
know.
actually met with him yet.
No, we haven't.
So if I were to say kill a blue M on the road tomorrow, it would be fine.
I don't think that goes with the spirit of the agreement.
Vero, I actually do
Not
have
wrong.
a sleeping potion. So if you want to drink the sleeping potion, then you'll get a good night's sleep, whether you're inside or outside. It'll be fine.
Vero goes
Ready.
upstairs. Brynn, will you assist me with something?
Yeah.
And
Yes, of course.
he
And
beckons her upstairs.
I follow him.
A minute and a half, you hear some scuffling, and a minute and a half later, you probably also hear Brynn go, fucking fine. And a minute and a half later, you see them hauling his mattress.
Oh my God.
Down the stairs.
Pivot. Fine, Aviro.
And they go outside and they put it in his tent.
It's like sticking out like a third of it. That's awesome. That's perfect. Like, now we have to take it all the way back inside too. Vero, can we at least leave it downstairs when we have to take it back into the tower, please?
Of course, another one will appear tomorrow.
Upstairs?
Yes.
Yet. All
What
right.
happens to this one?
It goes away. I assume you don't want the technical explanation. I'd be happy to give it to you.
I'm not.
Mm-mm.
I would
If
not
she-
understand.
Brynn is behind Aviro going,
That's what I thought.
Brynn would give Aviro the sleeping potion. It's whiskey.
The sleeping potion.
Like, yes, I know it burns, dear, but it'll put you right to sleep.
What is that used for? Cleaning things?
It's used to put people to sleep.
Oh,
Among other
one
things.
time.
Enjoy.
Any other conversations or interesting antidotes for the evening?
I
Singing?
think Brynn would be kind of like continuing to look back at that door, kind of concerned. Every so often you see just kind of her eyes flit. Did you make the tower go away or did you leave it there, Aviro?
I suppose I could dismiss it.
If you dismiss it, you're.
Would that dismiss your mattress?
Yes, it would.
So he leaves it, I'm sure. And Bryn's eyes just kind of flick with concern ever so often over at that door.
And the
Brynn does
door,
take the time.
So the
Oh, yeah.
so the door, like the main door, you could have closed, and it's the other door, and you could have moved the bookcase back and shut the bookcase to cover the door too.
And put all the furniture in front of the bookcase. Brynn would
Yeah.
do that 1,000.
I'm looking to see if I have like shape earth or something.
Brynn corrects Gwyn on the lyrics of the "Don't Eat This Plant" song, and she even, I would imagine, write it down for her in common.
That doesn't help. She can't read.
Brynn gets done and hands it to her like a sweet gesture. It's like, sorry.
Thank you. So the deadly nightshade is not the one you're supposed to eat.
No, typically things called the deadly anything are not something to eat.
I don't know. I thought maybe it was like an elvish thing.
To try to trick people because it's so good. We call it deadly, so we get it all to ourselves. That is.
What if
very
it is? How would we know?
I feel like I just don't want to test it.
Hmm.
It might not kill you, but half of those plants, if you eat them, might not kill you, but you wish they did. Anyway, Aviro, are you comfortable over there, dear? I imagine Aviro's like laying on the mattress with his stupid feet sticking out of his tent.
You don't get much of a response.
Last
But Hey Jay,
Yes.
can Aviro cast shape stone over the door?
You could try.
Aviro's gonna cast shape stone and shape the stone over the door.
Give
Is it
me
fair to? Oh,
a caster, a d20 plus your caster level plus your persistency bonus.
D20 plus caster.
Or basically your
caster level.
whatever your spell attack is pretty much what
Oh,
it
okay.
is. So
Okay.
d20 plus your spell attack is kind of the same.
Door to the tower or the
Nat-
secret door?
To the secret door.
Okay.
Oh, the secret
No,
door.
were you trying to do like the outside door?
No.
Yeah.
no, it's secret door for sure. The whole time is what he
Absolutely
had
the
in
secret
mind.
door.
Okay. What did you roll?
Oh,
The dice are on fire for you tonight.
could
You-
not
they
have given him
Wow.
that whiskey.
It completely failed.
Yeah, sure did.
Like
Ow.
as you try,
Mm.
it's like you try to and you realize
Mm.
that wait a minute, and the timing is just the structure itself doesn't want to do it, but there is some major magic preventing you from doing
He's still gonna try again tomorrow.
it. I will give you this too. That door is warded with some major magic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's still gonna try it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Glastoc,
Yes.
are you outside when he's trying to do the stone stuff?
No, I'm inside the house. No, of course I'm outside.
Okay. You notice
I want
as
to be
he's-
sealed inside this
as
thing.
he's trying to no, he was doing the secret door, but as he was
No,
doing
no.
some of the stuff, you notice on the outside of the tower, as he's doing something inside on the outside of the tower, like an arcane glyph lights up on the outside of the tower.
Does it look like the type of arcane glyph that blew me off of the tower the one time I tried climbing it?
No, it looks
Oh, okay.
even more powerful.
Okay. Good to know.
Oh,
All right.
God.
Well, I'll make a note.
And it is
of where
different.
Yeah.
It is different.
Okay. Well, this is Aviro's territory because my arcane blows. So I'll make a note of where it is, and when
Mhm.
Aviro's done pussyfooting around with trying to seal this thing up, I'm going to point it out to him.
Can I make an Arcana roll to see if I know what it is?
Yeah, detect magic and arcana roll, yeah.
29 on my Arcana roll.
Aviro, you realize that there are some added glyphs to your tower. And as
Holy
you
fuck,
start
my
going
tower.
around the tower at different locations throughout the tower, there's additional wards and glyphs that have been added, not by you, but by someone else.
But they're not nefarious.
No, they're
Like,
protection.
they are protection.
They are protection. And you recognize
Intriguing.
some of those glyphs.
Hmm.
And who created those glyphs?
Who created those glyphs?
I provided you with the information. And
It
the
was on
kind
the
of
study
magic
guide, Jeff.
that created those myths. I'll send it again.
Okay. Vera doesn't say much.
I would wait for. I imagine Glastoc. Tell me if I'm wrong. Kind of keeps dad sleep schedule, which is to say he stays up very late.
Yes.
I would stay up. I would stay up either this evening,
Especially
or
in this
next, or-
situation where
Yeah. Oh yeah. I would stay up with him, and I would just say, "So, what were you up on the roof pondering the other night?" And really, was sightseeing the best you could come up with?
Well, stargazing. I was just thinking, you know, everything that's happened, everything we've done, have we always made the right decision? Have we, could have we have done certain things? You know,
I mean,
how
if
much
ifs
of,
and buts were candy and nuts, you know?
yeah, but how much of the situation we're in now our fault?
Oh,
Yes, there was an outside force that had a huge impact on this, but you know, could we have done? Did
glass
we?
dog. I I don't think you want to go down this road. We did what we thought was right and what we thought was enough in the moment.
I'm not questioning that. I'm just wondering if we could have done.
Of course, we could have. We could have done it differently. We could have executed things perfectly. We could have hit something that we should have hit but missed. I mean, you always could have done better, but I mean, hindsight is 2020. We can't have regrets over trying to do what we thought was right. I mean, if you're looking for an answer, yes, we could have done more. We could have done it better. We could have been perfect, but we weren't. And I mean,
Human nature.
that's life. I'm starting to sound like you. That's life. Just try to do the right thing.
Yeah, it's just I don't know how to say it. It's there's I don't want anything bad to happen to you, Aviro. And at times I think maybe I could have been less critical.
Well, far be it from me to turn down you wanting to be less critical. But Glastoc, again, you give us a swift kick in the ass when we need one. And sometimes you try to give us a swift kick in the ass when we don't need one. And that's life too. We know you care. We know that you are the way that you are because deep down you love us. And Brynn would kind of like Brynn would put her hand over on Glastoc's knee and she would just say, I mean, I can't speak for Aviro. He does get his feelings hurt quite easily. But for my part, I think you're doing just fine.
I appreciate
And she would
that.
kind of give
The
you a
the one thing that I admire about the three of us is that it's always kind of been a group decision. Yes, if somebody's going to go against what the other two want, it's going to be a Vero. But that's still 2-1, and it's still a group decision.
That's fair. That's fair.
We don't have one person that's always calling the shots. We we respect each other to the point of we're going to default when we feel like somebody else knows better.
And
And
if I'm hearing you right, that is a rare thing, and you understand that it's a rare thing. And are you afraid of it falling apart? I would hope not.
honestly, I'm not. It's if anything, it's the one thing I know will always be, you know, Aviro is always going to be annoying. But push comes to shove, we rely on his intelligence way more than either you or I want to let on.
Yeah. I mean,
Unfortunately,
neither of us two is the
the
wise one
smug
in the
little
group.
shit,
There's not a
probably
ton of wisdom
realizes it.
here.
Yeah.
I mean, if he ever realizes that, of course, then we're in
Well, no,
trouble.
see, I
But
think
I don't
that's
think he realizes it, right?
no, I think that's part of it.
Good.
Is I think he knows that he knows he's smarter than us, but at times, to his credit, he will pull back when he
Mm.
realizes sometimes the best course of action is a swift kick in the ass, or in our cases, quick sword thrust or axe slash. You know,
So what I'm hearing you say is that we are uncomparable badasses, and we have a good thing going.
I don't know about uncomparable badasses, but I think we've
And
done fairly well for what we've been handed in life. You
and
especially, Mom.
shut up. Brynn would kind of laugh, and she would nod, and she would say, "And we're doing well. So what are you so nervous about?
Not nerves.
What are you depressed about? What are you pondering?"
It's not depression. It's just contemplation. You know,
Mm.
I realize that we can't go back and change anything that's happened. But at the same time, I want to make sure that, at least for myself, I realize the mistakes that we made and what can we do to prevent them in the future.
Oh, do you have any ideas?
Well, the first thing is we got to get Aviro to stop talking to Rocky without us knowing about it.
That's true. I mean, swear it's like he's just trying to be polite.
Well,
Rocky talks to him and he talks back. He's like it's
that's
like he's afraid of being rude.
well, that I mean, you hit the proverbial nail on the head. That's part of Aviro.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he's, Aviro is going to be Aviro. You're just going to have to, I don't want to use the term deal with it, but
Mm.
we're going to have to go with the flow, for lack
Right.
of a better way of saying. We know what, know how Aviro is going to act. We've already expressed to him what our concerns are, and hopefully, and Glastoc kind of turns and looks at the tower. You know, he truly didn't seem to know that any of this was going on. But the question is how long has it been there? Has it been used in some way that we don't know of? You know, the
Probably.
only the only good thing out of this is it's going to give him something to think about and keep him, his mouth shut this last day while we're on the road. So,
That's true. That's true. I just think we should revel in the silence. And I also think that we should try to just deal with things as they come.
well,
You can't
that's
plan ahead for the next disaster, Glastoc.
Brynn, that's how we've always dealt with things. Is
Right.
we've always just dealt with things as they've come along. We should try to plan a little better.
All right then. What's the next awful thing that's going to happen to us? We need to know so we can plan.
Well, the next awful thing is we're going to have to make a decision as to whether we want to concentrate on destroying the faculty or
Do you mean phylactery?
whatever.
Oh, yes.
you know, or do we concentrate on actually locating the alchemist and have our friends do that? I mean, we know the house supposedly where it is. So the
That's true.
smart thing
That's true.
is to have us go into the house.
Yeah, I agree.
So
Well, This whole new having a plan seems to be going quite well. Say we go
Well,
for the
we'll see.
house.
Of course,
Well-
this whole time, Glastoc's like, he's gone. And he waits for
Oh.
Brynn to pick it up.
Oh
and-
yeah,
and
no,
he
we're
takes it
taking
back.
turns. We're taking. We've emptied this thing like at least twice. And Brynn would kind of stretch and just get ready to go to sleep.
And I'm picturing Gwen just sitting there quietly listening to it all.
Gwen probably went to sleep
Oh, okay.
first. She'll take last watch so that she can have
Amazing.
breakfast ready for everybody.
Got it.
Aww.
That is her love language.
Aw.
That's awesome. That's so great. I love it.
All right. The evening goes without issue. You get
That
your
we know
sleep
of.
in. Aviro, I do need you to give me the fortitude save to see how well you slept outside. Another
Wow.
nat one.
Hat trick.
Jeez, Jeff.
I'm way behind you guys. I got to catch up on my ones.
Jeff, your Aviro did not sleep.
Yeah.
He did
Yeah.
not contemplate everything. He did not.
His brain is
sleep.
whirling, and you gave him alcohol.
Yeah, and
Did
And he's
he-
outside.
did he overhear that conversation then?
No.
Oh, okay.
He was not paying attention to you at all.
the next
Nope.
morning,
Yeah.
your spell, you're exhausted. Like you.
Is that a condition? One level of
Yes.
exhausted?
Yeah. Or it is
Fatigued.
Fatigued. You are fatigued.
How long do you want that to last?
It's gonna last all day.
Okay.
It's gonna last all day.
Unfortunately, I don't think there's anything I can do to relieve that. Spell
You could-
perspective.
Based off of everything that happened, yeah, you're just gonna be fatigued all day, and you're gonna, when you sleep it off the next night, yeah, which you're gonna be getting into Schmaltmarsh very soon. But this next day, you wake up, you get going, you're on your road.
Bureau has big bags under his
yeah.
eyes.
I need everyone to give
You
me.
can read Louis Vuitton.
Yeah. I need a perception check from everyone, please.
Ooh,
Ugh. 19.
18.
Well, it's 19
Thanks,
on the
Jeff.
19 on the die for a 34, and that is with my
Oh,
Hey!
about
my
time.
fatigue.
Jesus.
Attaboy.
Gwen.
He's got nothing to do but stare in one direction, and that's where it happens.
Yep.
29.
Okay. Gwen and Aviro, you notice this far enough away. As you're making your way, you saw the bushes kind of move a little bit. And Aviro, you see there's 3 goblins just hiding.
Fuckers.
And you,
Motherfuckers.
Gwen, you see these, they're gonna try to ambush you.
Gwen, I think I see goblins in that bush.
You do see goblins in that bush. 3 of them.
Oh, and Aviro's horse slows down, and Glastoc and Brynn kind of go past him.
No, wait,
Why are
no.
we stopping?
And
You can tell them. It's fine.
there's goblins up in that bush.
Brynn draws her weapons immediately.
And you hear as 6 goblins jump out.
Ooh, 6.
And they're like,
Oh.
He's fatigued.
Initiative, please.
Oh my god. Amazing. Oh. Got a 31.
Gwen.
My dice are not on fire tonight. That's a 21.
Okay.
24.
I saw this coming.
All right. He's like, oh shit, there's 6.
I only saw 3.
God, they're multiplying.
Well, apparently you each saw 3, so that's why there's 6.
Yeah.
I saw the 3 over
Yes.
here, and you saw the 3 over here.
Yeah.
Oh god, math.
What was the Glastoc's roll?
24.
Okay. We're gonna simplify this.
Aviro
I
got a
haven't-
26.
26?
I totally forgot to go into roll.
Oh, that's fine. It's gonna be one of those situations where we're gonna be very, very loose with this. We're actually not going to use roll 20 for anything.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Because it's going to be kind of a theater of the mind situation right now.
Amazing.
Because
Love it.
these are goblins.
Mm-hmm.
And goblins. What was that roll? Oh, a
Green.
22. Holy crap. I rolled a nat 20.
For their
Well,
initiative.
Yes.
Oh god.
I am so happy for you.
Wow.
Because you got a
Brynn,
21, didn't you?
Brynn or Glastoc, would you like to talk to them? I could cast tongues on you.
I suppose that'd be fine. I've never talked to a goblin before.
You want to talk to them?
Yes.
All right. And he casts tongues on Brynn.
As soon as I can sense that it's been cast, I'd say, "Listen here, you fuckers. You don't know who you're messing with. If I were you, I would turn around. Otherwise, listen here. We don't have any money. We don't have anything of value." What you got noise gated? What did they say?
Horses. And they're like, and they've got these long pole horse. Yeah, they're going to attack.
Okay then. Well,
This lasts for an
damn.
hour, by the way, so you can understand
great.
anything they say for
Great.
an hour.
So
Now, if you
literally-
cast tongues on two people, can we talk to that language to each other?
Yeah.
don't know.
Mhm.
I guess.
Who
Go ahead.
is it? Me and Gwyn that have it, or me and Glastoc?
I've only cast it on Brynn.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought you cast it on two of us. I was like, oh, neat.
So,
Secret code.
Brynn, you got the Glassrock or Brynn? Who had the higher initiative?
Me. I had
Brynn,
31.
what are you going to do? You're on your horse.
I hop down and I attack one of these little fuckers.
Yeah, give me a roll.
Alrighty. Here we go. I'm gonna hit it with my striking rapier. Oh my god. That's a 26 to hit.
You crit it and kill it.
Okay, I'm gonna make my second attack.
And the
That
other
is-
ones turn and run.
Nope, not yet. Because it's
Damn it.
Not their turn.
That's a 25 to hit.
not a crit.
Oh.
But how much damage you do?
Well, let's find out. Here we go. That is 7 plus 4. That's 11.
Yeah, you kill it.
Oh my god.
You literally come up to the first one and slice its head off. You turn over to the next one and you just run right through, and it just dies.
I think jumping off my horse, I assume was an action. Can
Yep,
I have like a free action to turn to this, like one of these remaining 4 and be like, you should really run now?
Okay.
And that's
Glastoc,
it.
what do you want to
That's it.
do?
Well, I was gonna. How close together are they?
I would say some of them were within 5 feet of each other. Like 3 of them are within 5 feet of each other.
Oh, that's not good
No, it's not.
for them.
They're goblins. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
They're not strategic minds.
not this one.
So I dismount. And I'm gonna cast Divine Wrath
Okay.
behind the 3 that are furthest away from Brynn.
Mhm.
So this burst of divine energy goes off. They get to make a fortitude saving throw.
All right, fortitude saving throw.
Yeah.
Does a 19?
I'm assuming this is against my.
Well, yeah, your DC.
Which is,
Generally, your spell
26.
attacks. 26? Yeah, they all fail.
Okay, well, they all take 22 points of damage.
What does it look like? What spell did you actually do?
Divine Wrath.
So what is
Oh
it? What
my
does your
God.
divine wrath look like?
It's it's basically it's it channels the fury of my deity. So in this case, because my deity is associated with drinking, um,
Hey,
it's
you hear from somewhere in the back, Mazel Tov.
and so basically it's like this beer stein flies behind them and then goes off in like an explosion, like like it's overflown, you know.
Foamy light.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Foamy light.
Yes.
They
It looks like one of those fireworks that you set on the ground in the driveway and then light, and it's just like a fountain. It's like that, except death.
Right.
they literally incinerate and just basically there's nothing left after you cast a spell on all three of them.
Yeah.
Like there is
Amazing.
nothing left.
Nothing left. No remains. Perfect crime.
It's just because you did 21 points of damage.
22.
22.
Oh,
You
wow.
did almost 4 times more damage than they have hit points.
Okay.
As soon as it's all said and done, I look over at Glastoc and
Isn't
I'm
there
like,
one
Oh,
left?
There's
there's
one
still
left.
one left.
There's one left.
I apologize. I'm so sorry. I thought that was it.
No,
No,
that was
right.
that's the end of my
Bitch.
turn.
21. And see, it goes before Brynn or Gwen. And I kind of want to charge Gwen with this.
Do
As
it.
it comes up, a 21.
No.
So it comes up and goes, "Ah!" It tries to hit you with this long thing on your
Tink,
leg.
tink.
What does Gwen do?
God. Oh my
Actually,
God.
let me take that back. The next one is a 19. Yeah.
Gwyn will use intimidating glare.
Okay.
Amazing. I love intimidating glare.
You have to roll your intimidation, I believe.
Yes, and my intimidation is, of course, a skill. Okay.
Yep.
Total 24.
Nice.
It drops, screams, turns around, and starts running. Would you like an attack of opportunity? Or you're
Nah.
actually you have 2 more attacks too. You 2 more
That's
actions.
true. I'm trying to decide if
That's
Gwyn
because
would.
Gwen's still on her horse, so
Yep.
it's
That's true. That
I don't. Yeah, Gwyn wouldn't let this thing survive if it's going to be attacking people on the road. So she's just going to kick the horse into gear and run it down.
oh my God.
Give me a D20. Give me an attack. A D20 roll plus your. Oh, you're right.
She is very bad on a horse, by the way. Like
Ooh.
she is not a good rider.
The skill for
Bouncing.
give me ooh.
yeah. There's no riding skill.
There is. It's in.
Well, animal
There
handling?
used to be an animal handling, but
Yeah,
that's
it's not
in
animal.
Pathfinder
It's not
1E.
that in anymore. There
I think
is.
now it's probably like athletics or acrobatics.
I would
Yeah.
say athletics is probably most appropriate.
Um.
I'm okay with it being athletics. That's one of my best ones. So
So strong, yeah.
if it's athletics, that's a total of 34.
But if you're bad at it, then it should be acrobatics.
Then it's a 15.
I mean, she's not doing fucking back handsprings. She's just got to brace herself on a horse. Like,
Yeah. There was a skill I thought that it's an action it's a ride, and it's not. I'm trying to think what it's linked to, but you know what? That's still enough. That
Okay.
yes.
we're gonna say you're gonna be able to run it down, and you're that 15. You're trying to get up to it, and it's successful, but it's not as successful as you wanted. But without that third action, you're going to be able to do enough that it's gone. It's just
Okay.
gone.
The horse did the work.
Yeah, pretty much. Trumbull. So yeah, as you're sitting there looking, they're just goblins. So
I look over at Glastoc and I'm like, now I am very disappointed in you, Glastoc. We should have had a plan for that. And I kind of like smirk at him.
Glastoc looks at Brynn and goes, "I did."
The looks at the gestures at the puddle. Amazing. And Brynn laughs.
in the evening, the rest of the day goes. No other incidences. I mean, there's still, like I said, there's goblins. You're high enough level that you're just
Good night.
Just don't
It's
care.
like mud
Yeah,
crabs.
yeah. I mean, you don't have to face dragons all the time, or big bad monsters. You're gonna still encounter some small stuff, and yeah, you just the evening comes.
I imagine that
Okay, go ahead.
that night around the fire is very much like us like retelling this day and like talking about how much ass we kicked and feeling confident in ourselves.
Aviro is abnormally quiet.
Anything else interestingly happening around the campfire?
Does Aviro cast the tower again so that he can work on it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But you see that he doesn't do a whole lot of work. He kind of just sits and stares at it. One, because he looks completely exhausted.
Yeah, that's fair.
And so it is very clear that he doesn't.
The best way to deal with this is don't cast the tower.
But then how would I get a mattress?
You don't need a mattress, Aviro.
I absolutely need a mattress.
Can get you some pine
Fine.
needles. You just, put them
Oh.
underneath you.
Aviro,
Oh.
think about it. Think about how tired you are. You're going to sleep, and you're going to sleep well. You could sleep on a meat hook.
That is
Don't you have your,
incorrect, Brynn. That is incorrect.
Don't you have your
Oh, my cloak. What was my
No,
cloak?
yeah, well, not the cloak. Don't you have your
Hammock.
hammock?
Yeah, but that's just a hammock.
Yeah, but that means you're not sleeping on the ground.
Oh, I suppose.
We could even put you up in the trees.
No, the
but
hammock's at the
that's-
house. The hammock's at the house. He
Oh.
doesn't. I don't think it's in his pack.
Didn't bring the hammock with him. Shit.
Well, no, he wouldn't because he has the tower now and a bed.
Yeah, right.
Right.
You planned
That
on doing
totally
the
exactly.
makes
fucking
sense.
tower.
You know?
Exactly.
It does. It does. Shit.
But I do have what's that cloak?
Oh yeah, the sleeping
Cloak of
cat
feline rest.
Yeah, I was sleeping
that
cat
Attaboy.
cloak.
I love that there's a spell in this fantasy setting that literally is just like you get a good night's sleep.
Oh yeah.
And
he
and all of us are like, wow, wouldn't that be nice?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think Jim and I should do opposed rolls to see if Glastoc can convince Aviro to not cast the tower because he does have that cloak. He could
Oh yeah.
wrap
Oh
up in it.
god.
I think we should do an opposed roll.
Okay,
I don't know,
which
Jay.
one
You
do
tell
you-
me what we should do.
What do you want?
But
Do
I
you
can
want-
I can use either diplomacy or intimidation.
Yeah, and
I will whichever one Aviro or Glastoc wants to roll. I would go
willpower. Aviro will do a will save.
willpower. Yeah.
Okay, I will use because
God,
it's
he was
Aviro, I will use diplomacy. Okay,
It was almost a 20. It was almost a nat 20, and then it
No.
rolled over. So
I got
it's
a 19.
I got a 16. Damn. All right. You can get him to not cast the tower.
Wow.
He rolls up in his cloak
I-
because he can.
I almost had a 32. So, but at the
What
last
a
second,
man.
it flipped over onto a 5. So
Oh,
Mine was a 20, and then a nat 20, and then it flipped over to a 2.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's upsetting.
So yeah, Vero, you do not. This is one of the first times you have not pulled the tower.
Mm-hmm. Since he's had the tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get a good night's sleep. You're at around the
Imagine there's, like-
campfires.
Oh.
Any
Can I
other-
say, like,
yeah.
what are the animals making sounds as we're sitting around the campfire? And every time, like, you hear like a whoo hoo hoo hoo, you hear Vero goes, "What was that?" Just like it happens
he's-
several times.
he's just not used to it anymore.
Right, right.
And
Is that an owl bear? What do owl bears sound like?
Kind of like
Pretty
that,
much like an
actually.
owl.
Gwyn!
Any other conversations around the campfire before the evening?
Gwyn would tell the story of the time she saved Sandpoint from a horde of diseased goblins at the Battle of Junk Beach, and how
Yeah.
much tougher it was to fight goblins back then.
That sounds like an awful experience.
Oh, it was. I almost died.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And Bryn's eyes get big because Gwyn is such a badass, and it's like, how many of them did you kill?
Oh, I think like 13.
Wow. And they were diseased. Did you get sick afterwards?
Thankfully, no. But I think they were supposed to come into the town. Is the Goblin Liberation Front still around?
The Goblin Liberation Front.
Yeah, they like organize the goblins and they tell them that they deserve equal rights and stuff. I don't get it.
Could
But,
you
know.
imagine? Equal rights. Oh, Lord.
But they were
Yeah.
occupying Thistletop for a while, and we went and cleared them out. But they tried to attack Sandpoint.
Oh, thank goodness you were
failed.
there.
Yes.
And Bryn would clink glasses with Gwyn and be like, they failed.
I almost died.
I think you're missing the point of this gesture, dear.
Oh, right.
It's not just any random sentence.
Oh, okay.
We prevailed. We won. 10 point stands.
Glastoc dissolved those goblins in a thing of beer. Clink.
Close enough.
Glastoc, that was really cool.
Really cool.
Uh,
I've never seen you do that before.
it's not a spell I get to use very often because usually somebody is in the middle of everything.
From the tent, you hear it was actually really warm. The kinetic energy from creating spontaneously that volume of liquid was actually quite steamy.
Mm-hmm. Thank
Oh,
you,
it was
Aviro.
hot.
It was probably very hot.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Another country heard from. It was very well done, Glastoc.
I appreciate
And with that, as the evening closes, the campfire and everyone goes to sleep, a day out of brain goes,
Small marsh.
Schmaltmarsh. And I just realized, you know what? It's not 3 days. It's 3 days to get to Magnamar. It's a week to get to
Yeah.
Schmaltmarsh.
See, I that's why I was saying we need
Yeah.
to take a boat.
I imagine, real
Yeah.
quick, I imagine that Bryn is like, well, I am so happy that we're going to be there tomorrow. And somebody breaks the bad news and she just kind of like, what?
Yeah. Magnamar and Saltmarsh, 2 different cities.
I
It
mean,
was
What do
probably
you
new-
mean another 4 days?
Well,
we-
we're going to Schmaltmarsh. That's not anywhere near Sand where we were. Like, we have all the way to. Why didn't we take a boat?
Aviro,
What?
are you trying to tell me that you got Magnamar and Schmaltmarsh confused?
No, Glastoc did.
I look over at Glastoc and I'm like, uh-huh.
Wait.
Well,
Glastoc was the one who said we need a boat.
GM
I-
goes.
And then
Brynn-
Gwyn said, I don't do boats. And I said, okay, I guess we're not doing a boat.
Bryn rolls up in her little bedroll and you hear her softly like sniffling to herself a couple of times, like as she's getting ready to sleep.
fine, we can get a boat in Magnamar.
Oh, we're already halfway there. Let's just keep going.
No, and this whole trip has been a delight. Bryn is
Yeah, we
still
have to kill
picking
those
pieces of goblin
goblins.
off of her. Amazing. That's
Yeah.
great.
That is hilariously funny on my part. But yeah, you still would have Yeah, you need
Steve at Enterprise Rent-A-Horse is going to be furious with us.
On 4 days over our contract. Actually,
actually
he's not
pay
going
a
to be
fee. We're gonna have
furious.
to pay a
He's going to
fee.
make a
We're
ton of money.
actually
We're
the
gonna have to pay a
best
fee.
way
We're gonna have to pay extra for the insurance.
Yep. The best way is you take a boat from Magnamar to Saltmarsh or Smaltmarsh. Yeah.
So this probably takes us a total of like 5 days now.
It's gonna
Like,
take
the
you
whole trip.
if you take the ship, it's gonna take a boat, it's gonna take you 10 days there. So yeah, you're gonna be gone for like 3 weeks.
I'm gonna have to call the kids that are taking care of the fucking house. And Brynn is just like every so often
Brynn, I can
would
sense
like roll over and be like, and all the plants are gonna die. And then she would like roll over again. Like,
Brynn, I can send Sebastian a message on a letter.
you might want to.
All right. And he does. He informs Sebastian.
Glastoc walks over by Brynn and you just hear, and then
Dunk. And like Brynn is like all wrapped up, but you see like a hand emerge and just like bring it back into the.
And with that, we're going to end tonight's episode as you are contemplating how much longer of a trip you're going to be. That was totally a GM
I love it,
mistake,
dude.
but
I
it
know
looked
it's
so
perfect. It's
perfectly.
perfect.
Thank
It's
you,
like, you know
everyone.
what? We really need to get better at planning. And
Yeah. I mean, perfect segment.
it is. It's
Thank
great.
you, everyone, for joining us. We will be back in 2 weeks on the 29th for our next episode of episode 2 of our season. And then the following week is the big February 5th. We have our guest star extravaganza of
Super
getting
show.
everyone
Yes. Extravaganza.
It is going to be a full house here. So we are looking at 9 squares of just filled.
Here's a
with-
story.
Yep. And we're gonna be looking at you're gonna have to make a decision on splitting
There's
the
a
party
story
of a
of a
lovely
lovely
dragon who made a home one day.
I love it that as soon as I did that, there was like 3 seconds of silence as everybody was trying to come up with joke lyrics.
Again, thank you everyone for joining us. We will be back, and next week we will also be premiering our Hunter the Reckoning Hunter Team Beta, episode 1, next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. I believe is the time that we're looking at, that we have pre-recorded, and then for the next 5 weeks we will be going through our Hunter Team Beta series, and we hope you will stay tuned and enjoy that game on our Tuesdays. So thank you so much for joining us. You have a lovely weekend, a lovely week. And with that, we're going to say, please be kind. Don't be a jerk. We're going to say goodnight. Take care, everyone.
Bye. Yay.